Hello, this is Arm on the Watch Guy reviewing a Longines Conquest Heritage. Now this is a piece that I've seen and a family member has worn for a while now, and I'm going to show you what it looks like because it's based on a 1960s watch made by Longines. This one has a date. I don't believe the original, or most of the originals didn't. But anyway, without further ado, here is the box it comes in. So, outside this cardboard box, there is the various parts that come inside here. So, we have, if I put this on side, the Longines wooden box. This is a nice lacquered box with Longines printed on the top here, as you can see. We also have an instruction manual in the case as well, but that's nothing particularly notable, so I'll just take this off the table. So, once we get into the box, it's this nice wooden piano-style box, piano finish, that veneer, lacquered veneer. It's a very appealing box. Yes, rather a lot nicer than some of the boxes from Hamilton or Tissot. So here's the inside of the box with this leatherette sort of finish. As you can see, there's Longines there at the top. I'll just adjust my camera. And here is the wristwatch in question. Here we are. So, this is a 35mm watch. A bit of dust there. 35mm watch with a beautiful thick domed Hesselite crystal, which gives it this really nice distortion that makes the watch seem very, very vintage, and very, very vintage styled. So, I just take it off this nice cushion it's provided with. This pillow made of this, I assume, fake leather, but it feels very real. Place that back into here. There we are. So, that crystal does sound very proud of the case, but doesn't make it an uncomfortable watch to wear. It comes on this rather nice leather strap, which is very vintage, but quite thick and quite nice as well. Very plush. The strap itself is 18mm across, with this Longines signed buckle, which is a very nice and small buckle. The sides are polished, with these lines running across them, as you can see. At the front, we also have the same style. So there are no brushed sections on this case, and this really is a vintage dress watch. Now, various of my viewers have stated that they'd like to see dress watches, more elegant watches than the dive watches I usually review, and this is my answer to this Longines. So it's automatic. It has a Longines 644 movement, which is based on ETA 2824, I believe. So of course it is manually winding, as well. Well, it's automatic, but can be manually wound via the crown, as you can see. Then, if we pull it out once, it's not 9 o'clock yet, so I do believe I can set the time, although I'll check. So if you pull it out fully, it is a hacking movement, so the second hand stops, and then we can wind it round. See, there we go, and it's a very clean change at midnight. The date changes very easily and quickly. The hands are this gold finish, I believe they are gold, as well as the indices on the dial. And then the dial has this wonderful sort of sunburst effect to it, which gives this beautiful, beautiful reflection. If we move the crown to its halfway position, that will also change the date, just in the one direction. As you can see, the date is at 12 o'clock, which is again a very nice touch. Now the markers are applied. Around the back of the watch, if I just take it off, if I unbuckle the strap, as you can see here, there we are, just unbuckle that there, we see a polished case with this hexagonal type case back. I know it isn't actually a hexagon, but a lot of people tend to just call them that. It says Heritage, Swiss made, Conquest, water resistant to 3 bar, so 30 meters, and the case is stainless steel. It also has this lovely piece on the back with Longines automatic. It doesn't have a see-through case back, but that doesn't bother me on a vintage watch like this. I'll just skip to a wristwatch shot with the watch on my wrist. Okay, so now I've put the watch on my wrist, and it does look lovely. So, though this watch is, in terms of figures, small, it's a 35mm watch, it seems quite a lot larger than my Tissot, which is, I believe, 36mm. Now, this is due to the length of the lugs, and the fact that it's a much more flat watch, whereas the Tissot looks more podgy in terms of its thickness. The crown is also larger on this, which does give it a slightly larger look, and the crown is also signed. I'll show you that in a moment. So yes, the movement is ETA based. It's an ETA 2824 in its roots, but because they're part of the Swatch group, you will still be able to get parts for the watch via a Longines seller or dealer. So that shouldn't be a problem, and I wouldn't shy away from purchasing one of these if you are in the market for a wristwatch of this type. As I said, the crown is signed. It'll be difficult to show you. Focus. Yes, it's signed with a sort of a sun on it, I believe. Yes. But no, it's definitely a very attractive watch. I'll just skip to a shot of this and the Tissot next to each other, just to show the differences if you're looking for a vintage dress watch. Okay, so this is the Tissot. It's black dial, and it's a very sort of 30s look. That sort of Art Deco style to the numerals. Of course, there's the ETA movement in the back of it, which is, winds both ways. And the case is, it's got a lot of hairline scratches, but they're not visible on day-to-day, during day-to-day use. Now next to it, the Longines, if put right next to it, it does look larger. But I believe that across they are the Tissot, because of that extra thickness on the metal, it's slightly wider. Yes, also the hands on this are more legible, I think, in various lightings. So it for a man, I think it does look more modern than the Tissot. Compared to a watch from the 60s, 50s or 60s, possibly the 70s, it is slightly larger in size than the Baume & Mercier, which was also a man's watch, and this is much more classic in its styling. Obviously, the gold to steel, in different colours, but the back on the Baume & Mercier is, of course, just simple, whereas the Longines has that extra complication. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope that those who are looking for a more dress watch review, dress inspired watch, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and please do subscribe and like if you'd like to see more content. Thank you very much. Over and out.